So this is a Dennis Foster 18-inch hollow Prism. And I haven't done anything to it except I filed off some of the heavy casting marks and took some flashing off of it. And I've got it sitting on an SPI 6x6x6 magnetic block, and it's holding it pretty good. And what I did was balance it out. I'm just going to get one surface cleaned up and qualified, and that's the easiest surface right there. And then I'll have something to work with to hold it. I'm going to just use magnets, magnetic cables, and sign plates to clean this up. So right now I'm hitting in 3 spots, both ends and right there in the middle. Right there, there, and there. And I'm not going to be hogging. I'll probably take half bow off, something like that. And anyways, I'm going to be running the coolant and everything, so it's not going to be, I'm not going to videotape it. I might after I get going, so be back. So what I've got it cleaned up all the way across the front of it, and halfway across the center of it. So I'm taking a thowel. I'm going to thowel this across this way, and then I'm bringing it down a thowel this way. So far I've only had to take off, I've taken off 6 thowel, and I'm taking 1 thowel, so I haven't done much. So I'll show you a little bit of it, I think, if the coolant doesn't go everywhere. Lower it down a thowel. I'll show you what a thowel looks like. I'll get brave and I'll start taking more off, but see how bad the coolant is. Start hitting right there. Kind of curious how this is going to be, just holding it like I am in the center. I tried to buy one more of these 6x6s. Somebody beat me to it. It's been on eBay for a year or two, so I wonder which one of you guys got that. I'd like to have a pair of these, but they're pretty pricey for new ones. So I'm going to take it down one more thou. And I was explaining to somebody the way I grind. Depends which direction I'm traveling. It's almost like climb milling and conventional milling. You know, I do the same thing when I'm grinding. I'll feed over and then I'll let the wheel going into the wheel, opposite direction of rotation is what I do. So I don't know if that makes sense, but so right now I'm feeding over, and then I'm going into the wheel, feeding over, and when I'm coming back this way, I do the opposite. I'm going to shut this off because I'm making a mess on my grinder. Get my guards up here. I've got some Lexan that I put up here to keep the coolant contained so my floor doesn't get wet. Alright. So this is 2 thou. I'm taking off. I think that's pretty safe, 2 thou. And that's a heavy block. I actually picked that block up with the Prism mag down there. You know, the V isn't very deep. It's only covering not quite half of the Prism. But it's got some holding power though. Just let it feed and see how it'll do. And you got to be careful when you're grinding because that'll happen. And those two weren't the bad ones. I had a big one. I had a big wheel on there, 14-inch, beautiful ruby colored, real open structure, 46 grit. And you want to be careful with your flashlight. Let me show you this. When you're setting up to touch something off, you don't ever want to come on this side with your flashlight of the wheel. What happens is, it'll suck that, because the wheel's rotating clockwise, it sucked the flashlight in there. That ruby wheel was just like powder. The wheel just shattered, it went everywhere. And I had my face down there like setting the wheel up after I dressed it. And it sucked my flashlight in. Always hold your flashlight in from this side against your wheel. So there's a tip. A tip that I learned from my screw up. So anyways, I'm gonna keep plugging away. I've got about half of it cleaned up right now, so, and I'm probably taking off 12 thou right now. So, alright, I'm not gonna bore you with any more of this. I might take a photo of it after I get done. There's some grinding tips from a hack. I don't know what I'm doing, but I love this old Okamoto. It's called an Accugar. It's an Okamoto Accugar 124. It's got a good coolant system on it, and you know, 12 by 24. It'll take a 14-inch wheel. I can get a 2-inch on there if I want. That's kind of unsafe. I got to pull the cover off to do that. So, nah, I would never do that. So, all right, that's about it. Thanks for watching.